topic, that is story of transport. Long ago, people did not have any means of transport. पहले के जमाने में ट्रांसपोर्टेशन कहाँ होते थे? People used to walk for very long distances. So they moved on foot and carried goods on their back or using animals. So जब वो थक जाते थे तो they used to use the animals for carrying goods from one place to another place. So for water routes, they used boats. As we have discussed कि जब पानी से ट्रांसफर करने की बात आई या ट्रांसपोर्ट करने की बात आई, so they started using their brains and they made a beautiful boat out of wood. So later people put together different pieces of wood and gave shape to the boats. बाद में उन्होंने boats बनाई and these shapes imitated shapes of animals living in water. और वो boats कैसी बनाते थे? They used to get the idea from the animals, how they are moving. So imitating those animals, they made different shapes of boat that actually looked like the animals that live in the water. Now, invention of wheel made a great change in modes of transportation. Earlier, हमने क्या पढ़ा? Either they used to walk by foot or they used the back of animals for carrying goods, and later on they made water boats to transport their goods from या फिर to travel from one place to another place. But after some time, there was invention of a wheel. Wheel का invention हुआ. Wheel was the very important part of the transportation back in those days. So how it helped? Animals were used to pull vehicles that moved on wheels. For example, bullock cart. हमने starting में ही पढ़ा that bullock cart was the major या फिर main source of transportation back in the ancient India, अगर हम बात कर रहे हैं तो. So animals क्या करते थे? वो they used to pull the vehicles जिस पे wheel लगी होती थी, and इसका example we all know, that is the bullock cart. Now, the invention of steam engine introduced a new source of power. Obviously, after many years of research and studying about the transportation, they came up with the steam engine. जो क्या करता था? It used to pull the train. And train, आपको सभी को पता है that train helps us to move us or the goods to longer distances. अगर हमें एक स्टेट से दूसरे स्टेट पे जाना हो तो उसके लिए हम किस चीज का यूज करते हैं? We use the train, है ना? So we are going step by step कि पहले क्या आया, उसके बाद क्या आया. So now railroads were made for steam engine driven carriages and wagons. So इसके लिए obviously railroads are this. You must have seen. इनको railroads बोलते हैं या फिर पटरी, रेल की पटरियां, है ना? So these are the railroads. तो इनको खींचने के लिए जो व्हील्स से खींचती थी वैगन्स, उनके लिए या कैरेजेस, they started making railroads so that the steam engine can work functionally, because obviously जो ट्रेन है it cannot run on the roads. Now later came automobiles. अब रोड बनाए गए. रोड तो obviously थे ही जिनके ऊपर क्या चलते थे? व्हील्स चलते थे. तो with the invention, after the invention of rails या फिर जो steam engine हमने जिसके बारे में पढ़ा है, उसके बाद invention हुई मोटर का. तो मोटर हमने किस में यूज की? Obviously the automobiles. वहां पे हमने मोटर का यूज किया, जिसकी वजह से इंजन के हेल्प से vehicles they started running on the roads. So now early years of 900 saw the development of aeroplanes to carry passengers and good. And in early 1900s, means after ages, बहुत टाइम के, बहुत सालों के बाद, people started making or using the use of what? Aeroplanes. Aeroplanes का यूज करने लग गए for traveling from one place to another place या फिर carrying goods from one place to another place. And you know that air transport is the shortest transport that we know, कि वो एक जगह से दूसरी जगह अगर हमें जाना हो तो it takes the minimum most time as compared to automobiles or rail transport. So electric trains, monorail, supersonic aeroplanes and spacecraft are some of the 20th century contributions. 900s तक हमने देखा कि aeroplanes आए. उसके पहले we studied about that railroads आए, steam engines आए, automobiles आए, bullock carts were there, boats were there. But in 20th century में क्या आया? Electric trains, the trains which are running with electricity. और हम तो आजकल ये भी देख रहे हैं that we have metros also, right? That are running in the metropolitan cities. Big cities में even metros are there. Also, supersonic aeroplanes. Supersonic aeroplanes means what? the planes, the aeroplanes which run with or which fly with really high speed. So high speed supersonic aeroplanes were discovered in the 20th century. Also the spacecraft that goes for various research in the universe. हमारे space में जो जाता है for various research purposes of scientists, right? So these were the contributions in the 20th century that we know about. So that is how the transportation rise. ऐसे rise हुआ transportation from bullock cart till the spacecraft we know today.